2020 to 2024 Extra Class. FCC Element 4 Question Pool. Effective July 1, 2020. Edited by KI5DFU. June 2020. Due to the length of this section, Subelement 7 has been split into two parts. Part 2 of Subelement E7 Practical Circuits, 8 exam questions, 8 groups. Modulation and demodulation, reactance, phase and balanced modulators, detectors, mixer stages. Which of the following can be used to generate FM phone emissions? Answer: a reactance modulator on the oscillator. What is the function of a reactance modulator? Answer: to produce PM or FM signals by using an electrically variable inductance or capacitance. What is a frequency discriminator stage in a FM receiver? Answer: a circuit for detecting FM signals. What is one way a single sideband phone signal can be generated? Answer: by using a balanced modulator followed by a filter. What circuit is added to an FM transmitter to boost the higher audio frequencies? Answer: a pre-emphasis network. Why is de-emphasis commonly used in FM communications receivers? Answer: for compatibility with transmitters using phase modulation. What is meant by the term baseband in radio communications? Answer: the frequency range occupied by a message signal prior to modulation. What are the principal frequencies that appear at the output of a mixer circuit? Answer: the two input frequencies along with their sum and difference frequencies. What occurs when an excessive amount of signal energy reaches a mixer circuit? Answer: spurious mixer products are generated. How does a diode envelope detector function? Answer: by rectification and filtering of RF signals. Which type of detector circuit is used for demodulating SSB signals? Answer: product detector. DSP filtering and other operations, software-defined radio fundamentals, DSP modulation and demodulation. What is meant by direct digital conversion as applied to software-defined radios? Answer: incoming RF is digitized by an analog-to-digital converter without being mixed with a local oscillator signal. What kind of digital signal processing audio filter is used to remove unwanted noise from a received SSB signal? Answer: an adaptive filter. What type of digital signal processing filter is used to generate an SSB signal? Answer: a Hilbert transform filter. What is a common method of generating an SSB signal using digital signal processing? Answer: signals are combined in quadrature phase relationship. How frequently must an analog signal be sampled by an analog-to-digital converter so that the signal can be accurately reproduced? Answer: at least twice the rate of the highest frequency component of the signal. What is the minimum number of bits required for an analog-to-digital converter to sample a signal with a range of 1 volt at a resolution of 1 millivolt? Answer: 10 bits. What function is performed by a fast Fourier transform? Answer: converting digital signals from the time domain to the frequency domain. What is the function of decimation? Answer: reducing the effective sample rate by removing samples. Why is an anti-aliasing digital filter required in a digital decimator? Answer: it removes high-frequency signal components that would otherwise be reproduced as lower-frequency components. What aspect of receiver analog-to-digital conversion determines the maximum receive bandwidth of a direct digital conversion SDR? Answer: sample rate. What sets the minimum detectable signal level for a direct sampling SDR receiver in the absence of atmospheric or thermal noise? Answer: reference voltage level and sample width in bits. Which of the following is an advantage of a finite impulse response (FIR) filter vs an infinite impulse response (IIR) digital filter? Answer: FIR filters can delay all frequency components of the signal by the same amount. What is the function of taps in a digital signal processing filter? Answer: provide incremental signal delays for filter algorithms. Which of the following would allow a digital signal processing filter to create a sharper filter response? Answer: more taps. Active filters and op-amp circuits, active audio filters, characteristics, basic circuit design, operational amplifiers. What is the typical output impedance of an op-amp? Answer: very low. What is ringing in a filter? Answer: undesired oscillations added to the desired signal. What is the typical input impedance of an op-amp? Answer: very high. What is meant by the op-amp input offset voltage? Answer: the differential input voltage needed to bring the open-loop output voltage to zero. How can unwanted ringing and audio instability be prevented in an op-amp RC audio filter circuit? Answer: restrict both gain and Q. What is the gain bandwidth of an operational amplifier? Answer: the frequency at which the open-loop gain of the amplifier equals 1. What magnitude of voltage gain can be expected from the circuit in figure E73 when R1 is 10 ohms and RF is 470 ohms? Answer: 47. How does the gain of an ideal operational amplifier vary with frequency? Answer: it does not vary with frequency. What will be the output voltage of the circuit shown in figure E7-3 if R1 is 1000 ohms, RF is 10,000 ohms, and 0.23 volts DC is applied to the input? Answer: -2.3 volts. What absolute voltage gain can be expected from the circuit in figure E7-3 when R1 is 1800 ohms and RF is 68 kiloohms? Answer: 38. What absolute voltage gain can be expected from the circuit in figure E7-3 when R1 is 3300 ohms and RF is 47 kiloohms? Answer: 14. What is an operational amplifier? Answer: a high-gain, direct-coupled differential amplifier with very high input impedance and very low output impedance. Oscillators and signal sources, types of oscillators, synthesizers and phase-locked loops, direct digital synthesizers, stabilizing thermal drift, microphonics, high-accuracy oscillators. What are 3 oscillator circuits used in amateur radio equipment? Answer: Colpitts, Hartley and Pierce. What is a microphonic? Answer: changes in oscillator frequency due to mechanical vibration. How is positive feedback supplied in a Hartley oscillator? Answer: through a tapped coil. How is positive feedback supplied in a Colpitts oscillator? Answer: through a capacitive divider. How is positive feedback supplied in a Pierce oscillator? Answer: through a quartz crystal. Which of the following oscillator circuits are commonly used in VFOs? Answer: Colpitts and Hartley. How can an oscillator's microphonic responses be reduced? Answer: mechanically isolate the oscillator circuitry from its enclosure. Which of the following components can be used to reduce thermal drift in crystal oscillators? Answer: NP0 capacitors. What type of frequency synthesizer circuit uses a phase accumulator, lookup table, digital to analog converter, and a low-pass anti-alias filter? Answer: a direct digital synthesizer. What information is contained in the lookup table of a direct digital synthesizer, DDS? Answer: amplitude values that represent the desired waveform. What are the major spectral impurity components of direct digital synthesizers? Answer: spurious signals at discrete frequencies. Which of the following must be done to ensure that a crystal oscillator provides the frequency specified by the crystal manufacturer? Answer: provide the crystal with a specified parallel capacitance. Which of the following is a technique for providing highly accurate and stable oscillators needed for microwave transmission and reception? Answer: all these choices are correct. Use a GPS signal reference. Use a rubidium-stabilized reference oscillator. Use a temperature-controlled high-Q dielectric resonator. What is a phase-locked loop circuit? Answer: an electronic servo loop consisting of a phase detector, a low-pass filter, a voltage-controlled oscillator, and a stable reference oscillator. Which of these functions can be performed by a phase-locked loop? Answer: frequency synthesis, FM demodulation.